Does the art of theater influence literature? I've wondered this question for a while now because of my passion for the arts and the things we learn and read about in school. Playing a role in A Midsummer Night's Dream last fall made me think even more about how Shakespeare has left his mark on literature and even the language that we speak today. Theater has been a huge aspect in entertainment since 6th century BC Greek and Roman times. Back then, a chorus would sing a story and people would listen and enjoy. But then a priest of the Greek god Dionysus, named Thespis, engaged in dialogue with the chorus and essentially became the first actor and the origin of the term thespians. Now there's a festival where 4 authors are chosen to write 3 tragedies and 1 satire play in honor of Thespis. Going back, I'd like to talk more about the impact Shakespeare has made on literature. In my AP Lit class alone, we have studied Hamlet and Macbeth and had the option of using his plays to write about on our final AP exam. Shakespeare's plays even helped contribute to the standardization of the English language with words and phrases that we use to this day. Shakespeare cited as an influence on a large number of authors in the following centuries, including major novelists such as Herman Melville, Charles Dickens, Thomas Hardy, William Faulkner, and many English poets. Shakespeare transformed European theater and literature by expanding expectations about what could be accomplished through characterization, plot, language, and genre. Many authors have used phrases from Shakespeare's works as titles for their own novels. Here's a list of just a few. Brave New World from The Tempest, The Dogs of War from Julius Caesar, The Winter of Our Discontent from Richard III, The Undiscovered Country from Hamlet, Something Wicked This Way Comes from Macbeth, Thou Book and Candle from King John. In 1899, Sir Herbert Beerbohm Tree produced King John, the first movie based on a play by Shakespeare, and since then there have been dozens of movies, novels, and adaptations loosely based on Shakespeare's works, including The Boys from Syracuse from The Two Gentlemen of Verona, Kiss Me Kate from The Taming of the Shrew, Forbidden Planet from The Tempest, Throne of Blood from Macbeth, West Side Story from Romeo and Juliet, A Thousand Acres from King Lear, and O from Othello. The English group Mumford & Sons, nominated this year for 2 Grammy Awards, borrowed the title of their debut album, Sigh No More, from Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. In Shakespeare's As You Like It, he even explains the human life cycle in one monologue. The concept of the world as a stage is also used in a Stratford Grammar School textbook, Zodiacus Vitae. Here's his monologue. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history, its second childishness and mere oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Going on into later times, specifically the 20th century, modernist literature was all about the need to express oneself, whether that was through art, theater, or writing, in an increasingly more chaotic world. It was a way of experimenting or even rejecting certain traditional elements to evoke understanding. Theater has been proven to improve academic performance as well. It improves reading comprehension skills and higher standardized test scores. Involvement in the arts increases consistent attendance and ease of memorization. In a 2005 Harris poll conducted in 10 major metropolitan cities, 93% believed the arts were essential to a complete education, 79% felt the arts should be a priority in education reform, and 79% considered issues facing arts education to be significant enough to merit their personally taking action in it. Theater, along with literature, has also been known to teach everyday life skills. It builds social and communication skills and higher self-esteem. In a society where more and more people are losing their presence, it helps us to be engaged, connected, and in the moment. It provides entertainment, enlightenment, and instruction. Novels and plays encourage free thought, critical thinking, and empathy for others. To conclude, I'd like to quote a famous playwright, Oscar Wilde. He says, "I regard the theater as the greatest of all art forms, the most immediate way in which a human being can share with another the sense of what it is to be a human being." To answer the question I asked at the beginning, I believe theater does have a major influence on literature, and I hope I convinced you of believing that too.